Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about Destined Rivals because I think this is going to be the most expensive box at release, probably in the history of Pokemon, or one of the, because there might be an outlier that I'm not thinking of, but it's looking like it's going to be $400 at release. If you go to eBay now, right, the lowest list is $570 Canadian plus tax and shipping, which is $399 USD. That is the cheapest on eBay. TCG Player also had their boxes released today, and it looks like a few are selling at $350 USD, again, before tax and any sort of shipping on top of that. So I think most people, if you want a box and you didn't get pre-orders in from sites at MSRP, you're going to be paying around this, which is just insane to think, right? That a Destined Rivals booster box at release is going to be basically the same price that you could have bought Evolving Skies at like a year and a half ago, which is just, it's insane. Wild times. And one thing I wanted to touch on, because this really just pisses me off that people are falling for this. And some people have made videos about this, so I'm not going to go too in depth. But, if you look at all of these lower listings, right, it's all these people basically claiming it's going to be a paper printout, and you're just scamming, right? Like, if you go read the description of some of these, and I'm not sure if it's this one in particular, but a lot of these people are basically just claiming that this is for scalpers and botters to buy out, and don't actually buy this if you're intending to get a box. What's really going to happen with all these people, right, is that you're going to have all these chargebacks on your account. You're going to get banned. Even this one, like $535. It's just a piece of paper, right, that these people are selling. What's going to happen, right? Because I've sold thousands of items on eBay, and I can tell you for a fact, nobody reads descriptions, right? So even if you put read in the title and in the description you say it's just going to be a paper handout, you're going to get chargebacks. eBay is going to refund the buyers. You're going to get banned. eBay is going to come after you for the money if it was already paid out. And just no one's going to win in this situation. You're definitely going to get banned. You're never going to be able to sell on eBay again. Your IP gets banned. So good luck. Have fun with that. And it's just so stupid too, because I mean, they try and play it off as, oh yeah, we're trying to get scalpers and botters to buy it. Guys, nobody botting is buying a $550 Canadian box of Destined Rivals on eBay, right? Like, someone's actually manually going in there and making that decision. And it's someone who probably just missed out on pre-orders and wants to get a box, right? So all you're doing is scamming people. You're a shitty human if you do that. You're not actually going to make any money because eBay is going to come after you, even if they release your funds. So again, I just think all that's stupid. But I do think in general, we are going to see this box over $300 for sure. And honestly, at this point, it might even be over $400, as ridiculous as that sounds, considering the fact that we're pre-ordering right now, basically at release, right? Like TCG Player is a bit lower, eBay is a bit higher, but we don't even know any of the Team Rocket cards. Like, if the Mewtwo is a banger, if we get a couple other sick SRs and illustration rares, which it looks like there's a lot in this set, yeah, this box is going to continue to climb at release. It's going to just be insane. And if you think people were upset not being able to get their hands on Prismatic Evolutions, not being able to get their hands on Journey Together, it is just going to be an absolute shit show for Destined Rivals that I'm not looking forward to being a part of. That's really all I wanted to touch on this video for Destined Rivals, so I want to give you guys a bit more value. And first off, I just wanted to point out the Wobbuffet promo card for the ETB was announced. You guys saw it in the thumbnail. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen this. I like it. Again, I wish it was Jesse and James, but it is what it is. The one thing I wanted to leave you with is that reprints, a lot of things that were reprinted, it does seem like it is having a small effect on the market. And I think Paldea Vault's probably the worst example for this. We'll look at a couple better ones. This was up to around $230. We're sitting around $220 at this point, and you have a lot of sales around this $215, $216 range. Again, up here in Canada, it's impossible to get product cheap. Like, we really haven't seen a pullback at all since reprints were announced or apparently sent out, right? For us here, it's still very expensive to get Paldea Vault booster boxes. Same thing with Twilight Masquerade, which is going to be the second example. Twilight took a big hit. This was up to around $230, $235 USD. We're sitting around 206, 210 right now. And you even have sales here, $200 on TCG Player. Guys, I actually think, just based on current pricing, Twilight Masquerade is probably the most undervalued box in the SV era. You have Stellar Crown pushing 210. You have Obsidian Flames at 205. Paradox Rift and Temporal getting close to 200. Like, the fact that Twilight's basically a little bit below some of these and maybe a tiny bit above some of them as well, I think this box should be way higher. So $200 for Twilight seems kind of like a decent deal right now, if I'm being honest. And the final one, Paldean Fates booster bundles. People said that, these were part of the reprint as well. These were up to around $63. and TCG Player has it around $55. But if you go in here and you look at sales, there are a lot of sales at like 51, 52, some even as low as $49. So I definitely think that these reprints did have a little bit of an impact on pricing, but not a huge impact. And unfortunately, not a big impact on the most desirable sets like Paldea Evolved here. Really didn't do too much. And I can't even imagine what's going to happen if we get Surging Sparks reprints, Prismatic ETBs again, or something like that. Like that type of product is just going to get chewed through super fast. So again, we're going to have to see something on a very large scale in order for it to have a significant impact and bring prices down. But again, guys, Destined Rivals, to close out this video, you're going to see booster box pre-orders, I think close to $400. I really do. Maybe they come down a bit again, like maybe TCG Player is a good sign, only $350, and normally TCG Player is a bit higher than the open market like eBay, so this is a little bit of an inverse right now, but yeah, it's really not looking good. I think it's going to be an insane release, and if you get pre-orders in, definitely hold on to them and do your best to ensure that they get sent out to you. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.